Well, she says to me, it's not like you're touching anyone. She's immune to these things and knows they are harmless. Besides, she'd much rather I be doing this job than working 100 hours a week at a law firm or trying to close M&A deals. She tells me that she appreciates that I am different and have a sense of humor. In fact, only twice in the early days of our marriage did she get annoyed by my antics. The first time we were playing Butt Bongo Fiesta on the show, and, well, for a second, I guess I forgot I was married because I got into the act. I didn't think twice about it. Until I got home, and Mary reminded me that we were married, so maybe I better knock it off with the slapping of girls' asses. The second time was after the videotape conversation on the show. As I sat down at my desk, I decided I should call her, make sure everything was cool. Hey, I said. Hi, she said. That was it, an abrupt hi. What's going on? Did you hear the show today? Yeah. That was a short answer. So what did you think? What should I think? Do you think I should be happy about this? I didn't think you would mind. In the grand scheme of things, it's pretty harmless. Oh, you think so? Oh, what are we talking about here? The tape. What kind of tape do you think this is? She paused for a very long time. A sex tape. Turns out a friend who had heard only snippets of the show called her and said they were discussing my sex tape. I laughed. I said, do you think I would call you up so calmly if we were talking about a sex tape on the air? She was relieved. Later that night, she saw me digging through a box of videotapes I had hauled out to Connecticut when we moved. To this day, people still ask me why I saved that tape. I had dubbed a lot of stuff from that video camera onto VHS, and it happened that some of the last footage I had of my brother was on the same tape as my Ode to Nancy. That's why I saved it, and that's why it was so easy to find. As I held the tape in my hand, I told myself, I made this a long time ago. It is now worth a lot of money. Then I popped it into the VCR and watched a couple of minutes of it. It was really embarrassing. I asked Mary to come in and take a look. She said, oh, who cares? It's no big deal. I told myself that Mary wouldn't want the world to think she was married to an idiot, so how bad could it be, right? The answer? Really, really bad. Mary's fatal flaw is that she's too sweet to have recognized the opportunity for money in the tape. I'm not. I had to bring the tape in early so the TV people could dub it into the right format for the show. As they were watching it, I immediately was sorry I found it. I could tell by their reaction that it was bad. Then one of our supervising producers gave it a look. Her reaction was sobering. It was all about you, she said. You never say you're sorry or how you will make it up to her. It's all about you and what you expect and what you want. This had never occurred to me. I felt like a dick, but it was too late to turn back. The guys from Miami were already in the studio waiting for the 7 a.m. screening. Howard said into the microphone, you guys ready in the audience? Then he hit play. So I have to tell you, reading the audiobook is just killing me. It's so difficult to read. So I got to this point and I thought to myself, well, I could read what's there, but I have the original tape and people ask me for it all the time. It's funnier to hear the original tape, and quite honestly, it saves me from reading the next 6 pages. So sit back and listen to the original version.
Hello, hello, hello. Guess who? I bet you're a little surprised by this, and you'll have to excuse me because I lost my voice on Friday. It's Tuesday at 12:28 in the afternoon. I came home early from work today because I wasn't feeling that good, but I wanted to get this done, and I wanted to get it out to you. Well, first of all, as you might have noticed, I bought a new video camera a couple days ago, and I'm trying it out. So that's what this was all about. I've had a lot of things I wanted to say to you, which I think I should be saying to you in person, but getting an audience with you seems to be difficult. I could have wrote them to you in a letter, but these are things I don't want to write to you in a letter, and these are things I don't want to say to you over the telephone, because I think you need to hear my voice, and I think you need to see me to understand some of these things, which is why let's make it a little bit boring, because, when you don't have somebody to talk to, you kind of have to do it all by yourself. So that's why I'm sending you this videotape. Hey, guess what? You haven't seen me in 7 months. This is what I look like now. It's my Atlantic Records t-shirt. My hair's a lot longer, but I just came in out of the rain. My face is thin, as you can see. I took some notes down. I have a lot of things I want to say. And like I said, when you don't have someone on the other end of the telephone, somebody to talk to remind you of stuff, so don't think that I'm cheating, but I had a lot of things I wanted to say, and I wanted to get them all in. Well, let's start with the thing that kind of prompted this whole thing. Last Friday night, I felt like the biggest idiot in the history of the world, and I was pretty hurt. I got to tell you, I was pretty hurt. Now, I'm sure that wasn't your intention. If you don't know what I'm talking about Frank drove me back from the city, and we went over to his house, and I had to sit in the car while you were upstairs, and I felt like a schmuck, Nance. I felt like a real dick. You know, Frank's like, well, I'll drop you off at Vinny's, because Nancy really doesn't want to see Marianne, says it's not a good idea if I bring you back here. She doesn't want to see you. So then Frank was feeling he was a little bit late. He goes, well, I might miss Marianne, so we're going to drive back, but why don't you just wait in the car? And you know, I mean, come on, Nance, we're a little civilized here, don't you think? I mean, do you really think, and what's that all about, man? It kind of hurt a lot. But, you know, especially I've been telling Frank the whole way there about how I missed you and how I spoke to you, you know, earlier in the week and a whole bunch of things. And I really was, there's been a lot of opportunities where I could have seen you. I could have set up accidentally bumping into you, and I hadn't. You know, I respect your wishes. You know, you say you don't want to see me, and I haven't been doing it. And then, you know, this is like one of those purely coincidental things. I would have been nice to you. I would have said hello. What can I say? So I got to tell you, I was really hurt by that. But in a way, it makes me feel good because it tells me something. If you didn't still care about me, you'd see me. You wouldn't be afraid to see me if you still cared about me. And I think you still do care about me. I think you still care about me a lot. And I was telling Frank how much I missed you, how the last 7 months have been so tough, how I knew I was wrong. And I started to tell him a lot of things that I'm about to tell you. And Frank said, well, do you think she knows that? I said, well, yeah, I've tried to tell her. And he was, well, are you sure she knows it? So you know what? I'm not sure that you know it. And now I'm going to put it down for you on videotape. So these are forever, man. You know, even if you'll always have these to hold against me one way or another. Let me start out. I feel like I'm asking your father if I can marry you. I want to lay out my intentions. I want to lay out what I want from you. Well, obviously I want to go back out with you again. That goes without saying. But, I mean, there's got to be more to it than that. And the first thing that I want is I want a commitment. I want to give a commitment, and I want to have a commitment. I want to be your boyfriend. I want you to be my girlfriend. I'd dump everybody I was going out with in a second if you said you'd go back with me, and it would be just me and you. So if I want to make that clear. If it hadn't been clear, I'm making it clear now. I want to do things for you. I know I was kind of insensitive before, and there's not much I can do about it. I mean, I can't sit here